So let's take a moment to walk through our learning objectives for this session, titled Stop Guessing, Start Growing, Use AI to Build Your Marketing Strategy. And our learning objectives for today: identify and understand your ideal customer beyond basic demographic. What we mean with this: many businesses stop at age, gender, or income, but real growth happens when you dig deeper, right? And you're going to use AI to go beyond surface level demographics. You can truly understand your customers' behaviors, motivations, and values. Also, use AI to uncover competitive insights and market opportunities. AI can analyze competitors faster than any intern ever could. So you will learn how to spot trends, gaps in the market, and hidden opportunities that can give you a competitive edge all in a fraction of time, because that is one of the most beautiful things that AI offer: save time. Also, create messaging that speaks directly to your customers' pain points. This is where empathy meets data. You learn how to use AI to generate customer-centric messaging that resonates deeply and moves people to take action, which is ultimately what we call the call to action of all our different marketing efforts. Build a focused, actionable marketing strategy aligned with your goals. We're not just learning theory here. By the end of this class, you'll be equipped to walk away with a strategy that's sharp, aligned with your business goals, and ready to implement. So we have two thank you gifts for you today. So stay until the end of the masterclass for an extraordinary AI prompt guide for small businesses created by BizHack, and also a marketing plan template gift from Anita. So stay around, guys. This is important information that is going to help you, master even more AI. So now I have the absolute pleasure of introducing someone very special to our session today, and this is Anita Larsen. She's our lead marketing coach for this master class, and I can tell you from firsthand experience, she's truly exceptional. I have had the opportunity and privilege of working with Anita across several cohorts of the AI Marketing Accelerator. And every time she brings such a powerful blend of experience, strategy, and heart to the table. Our participants absolutely love her, not only because she's an incredible business growth strategist with more than 20 years of experience, but also because she's one of the most, I could say, supportive and approachable professionals you ever meet. She's also the founder of LITA Coaching, where she helps businesses unlock their full marketing potential. And more than that, she's a great mom, always bringing that same level of care, empathy, and strength into everything she does. So please help me give a warm welcome in the chat to Anita Larsen. We're lucky to have you here today with us, Anita. So welcome to the virtual stage, and toss to you.
Thank you for the great introduction, Angie. And hi, everyone. Thank you for coming out, and it's great seeing you. I recognize some of the names, so thank you guys for joining today. I know some of you are in our cohort currently and some from past cohorts. So yes, great to see all of you. So I'm going to jump right in and do sort of like your base level introduction and talk a little bit about the agenda for today. So let's start with simply who this is really going to be the best fit for today, so you know what you're going to get out of it. It's great for you if you're, I would say, intermediate, but even if you're not, you are definitely going to learn something new today. So preferably you use ChatGPT or other AI tools for, things like content ideation, building out your content, working on your marketing. But you have a business, you have a product or a service, and hopefully you know your business goals. That would be great if you do. And you're at the point where you're ready to build out a real marketing strategy. You really want to get ready to invest in and put time into your marketing. And finally, some of the tools that's going to help you get the most out of this session in the future that you might want to test out would be ChatGPT, Canva for your visuals, obviously Google Suites like Google Docs, Google Sheets, And other platforms that are great for content and marketing are Claude and Jasper. And I'm sure you already have some of your own platforms that you're familiar with, but these are the basics. So let's start with a quote. The essence of strategy is choosing what not to do, which is so true. You don't, as a business owner or just being in the corporate world, whatever your role is, it's so important not to waste time on the things you shouldn't be doing. You want to maximize your time. You know that you never have enough time in the day, right? So that's one of the main reasons you need a marketing strategy. Don't waste your time where you shouldn't be wasting it. Spend it where you need to be. So, our goal today is really build out a full-blown marketing strategy in the time that we have today. So, we're gonna leave with an actionable marketing strategy, something you can take and implement in your business right away, and it's gonna be tied into the goals of your business. You're gonna know who you're targeting, who you're speaking to, what are you saying to them, where are you gonna find them, where do they live, how do you get a hold of them, how do you draw them into your business, and you're going to walk away with a smarter plan than you had before, a plan that saves you time, focuses your efforts, and really drives growth for your business. So, for the agenda, we're going to talk briefly why we need a marketing strategy, and then we're going to go into a live demo. And I am going to ask from all the participants if there's anybody that would like to be in the hot seat and we can do the demo around your business. I am happy to do so. If nobody wants to, that's fine. I have a made up business we can use, but it's always more fun if we can do a real business. So if you want to put in the chat, tell me what your business is. And all I'm going to need from you is for you to give me 3 clear marketing goals or business goals, not marketing goals, business goals for, say, the next quarter. So we're going to come back to that. But think about it if you want to be a part of that. And then we will share the whole chat, so you will get the whole marketing strategy that we're working on today. We'll send that to you and you can continue building on it. We're gonna go through the specific prompts. You will get those prompts. They'll be in the recording. So you'll have those to take away as well. And then we'll do a quick recap and takeaways from the session. And then, like Angie mentioned, we have a couple of gifts as well. So, why do we need a marketing strategy besides what we just talked about to help you focus your efforts and not waste time where it shouldn't be wasted? First of all, this is the hierarchy of a business and your business goals and where a marketing strategy fits into that. Because sometimes you're like, yes, I need to get into planning, but what should I do first? Like, where do I start? Well, you should start with your business goals. Like, what do you want to get accomplished right now? What do you want to achieve in your business? What are your top 3 goals? From there, you build your marketing strategy to help you guide how to achieve those goals. Then from your strategy, you're going to get campaigns. And from your campaigns, you're going to get channels to promote this. So that's kind of how it drills down and funnels down into an actual customer. So it starts with your business goals and then your marketing strategy. And without a strategy, you're just guessing. You just kind of, what do you say? You throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks, right? You're just putting stuff out there, see, let me try this. I heard this should be good for people. Let's see if this works. No, you need to sit down and strategize and get that direction and focus and purpose behind what you're doing. Um, a lot of us have the shiny object syndrome where we just chase after all the latest trends, all the new fun stuff. Let's try this. I saw this marketing guru did this over here. I saw this on TikTok. I saw this on YouTube. Again, you want to align your action with your real business outcomes. Just because it worked for somebody else doesn't mean that it works best for your business or also for your personality. Your marketing needs to fit with your personality and how you approach business as well. So, the key strategy building blocks to build your marketing strategy is really, again, I keep harping on this, your business goals. That's number one. Secondly, your customer. Who is your ideal customer and what do you know about them? So go deep. You need to know them. You need to feel like they're a person you speak to every day. Um, I have clients that are to the point where they speak about their ideal customer by name. They're like, oh no, my Jennifer would not want this. She would want this, and they speak about their ideal customer profile as if it is a real person and they know her and they know what she wants and know what she needs and how they should approach her. That's the level you should be at eventually. Then, of course, you need to create the plan to reach them with the right approach, the right message, and the right time and the right place. And then finally, your KPIs, your metrics, and accountability. How are you tracking this? Are you revisiting your goals? Are you checking in? Are you making sure that you are reaching the numbers you set out to make? If you don't track it, then again, you're not going to know if it's performing to the level you need it to, right? So then this is the reason why we're here. Like, how does AI help us support a smarter marketing strategy? I will always say that AI is not here to replace our brains. It's not like throw information into AI, take it out of there, and send it out, and now it's done. It should be still based on your thoughts, your insights. It's your business, it's your IP, it's your brand, it's your personality. So AI cannot replace that. But AI can help you clarify some of your ideas, maybe communicate them better to the masses. It can help you test some of those assumptions that you're making, do some of the research for you, explore other options, coming up with better ideas. It's going to save you a lot of time on research, drafting, iteration, brainstorming. Sometimes it will challenge your thinking if you ask it the right way. So it's not about automating a strategy, it's about improving it and making it more time efficient. So combining your expertise with the speed and resources and structure of AI. So with that, Angie, did we get any volunteers for the business?
Yes, Anita, we have 3 volunteers. Let me know. We have a volunteer, which is an architect, a printing company, and an insurance company. So
Right.
let me know if you prefer a specific industry for the exercise.
Let's do architect. That's new. And I will
Perfect. So
tell you,
that would be Maria Luisa
Maria.
Castellanos.
Okay, great. So this is always fun because, we're doing this live here, so we don't know what's going to come up or what's going to happen. So bear with us. But it's great. Last time I did this, we had a volunteer and the business was in-home care for terminally ill patients. So that was kind of challenged me a little bit, but we got such great information and it works for any business, right? So let's try. Let me pull up my ChatGPT, so bear with me a second. All right, so I have these prompts already created for our demo business. So I'm gonna put all the prompts in here and we're gonna change it to your business, Maria. So I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions as we go through this. So let me share my ChatGPT and feel free to ask questions while we go through this. And if it's something that's really relevant to what we're doing, then Angie will help us monitor the chat and let us know. Wrong screen. There we go. You see my ChatGPT?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so Maria, can you give us the name of your business? Oh, you're on mute.
The name of my business is United Architects.
Okay. And for those of you who's been through like our AI cohorts, I know you've heard how to write the best prompt and using the POP factor and the POP framework. So all these prompts that I'm writing are following that framework. So it's giving you the persona you want ChatGPT to be at this point. So in this case, we're saying you are a competitive strategist. So the first prompt we're doing is really competitive research. We want to find out what's going on out there. Who else is out there doing what you do? Who can you compare yourself to? It's really about finding the gaps and opportunities more so than compare and do what other people are doing. Where are the opportunities is what we're looking for. So we're setting the persona for ChatGPT. Then we are giving the context. What is the information that ChatGPT needs? And then what is the output we're expecting? So United Architects is a architect firm.
It's an architectural firm and we focus on residential. So we do anywhere from mixed use residential, buildings, as well as residential remodelings and residential additions.
What did you say? Mixed what?
Mixed use buildings. Like retail on the bottom and then apartment buildings on the top.
And excuse the typos when you see them pop up. You said residential remodeling and addition, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's in the Miami area specifically.
Miami area. And also forgot new houses as well. New houses. So
Say larger Miami area. And who would you say is your target customer? High level.
my target customer is somebody between 50 and 75, probably a male. Who have substantial assets, who are upper middle class, who are either looking to invest in properties or want to remodel their own property.
Okay, so we gave some high level business information, high level customer information, location. And now we're asking, based on this, find us 3 relevant competitors. So now this is a place where your input would be great. Obviously, I don't have that input, Maria, and you don't have to do it now. But if you have specific people in the area that you know are like your strong competitors, you would put them in there, right? But if you don't, so say if you're launching new and you're brand new to this and you don't know who your competitors would be, then ChatGPT can go out and search for that. So we're asking for 3 competitors. You can obviously ask for more if you want. For each one of them, we're saying provide a business overview of that competitor, provide their target audience, what is their marketing positioning and their tone, their brand tone that they use, what are their strengths and weaknesses, what are key marketing strategies that they employ. So are they doing ads? Are they running, do they have influencers or social media? Where do they show up online? Are they in search? Do they have partnerships? And then bring us strategic opportunities for United Architects to stand out. That's what we're looking for. So let's see what we get. This is the starting point, right? You want to do some quick market research. What's out there? How can I find these gaps and opportunities? So tell me if you know these, Maria. So we have MIK Architecture and SDH Studio and Oppenheim Architecture. Any of them familiar?
Yeah, they're very large firms.
So would you necessarily compare yourself to them or no?
No, that's a problem because, I don't know the first one at all, but what is it? SH something studio, SDH studio. They have wonderful work, very talented.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a large firm. And
So why don't
Oppenheim
you
is
say that?
even bigger. Oppenheim is like, he's been established for, 35 or 40 years.
So how would you label yourself? Like a small to medium firm?
Yeah, I'm a small firm. I'm the solo practitioner. So most of my work now is really residential additions and remodeling, and mixed with government work.
Okay, so we said these competitors are very big. We are a small firm and we're looking for competitors that are similar in size to me. So now we can get better results. And this is important. You want to make sure you're doing research that resonates with who you are as a brand. So now we have Sebastian Eilert Architecture, Tusay Studio, and Fernandez Architecture. Do you know them? No?
I think I've heard of them. They sound like they're more my size, yes.
Okay, so let's see what we got. So we got business overview. It's a boutique full service architecture and interior design firm, focusing on residential new builds and thoughtful renovations. Target audience, upper middle class homeowners and local boutique hospitality clients. Residents in the $1 to $3 million range. Their positioning and brand tone, thoughtful, stylish, responsible design with a warm, engaging tone, visual heavy portfolio. Strengths, personal client engagement, sustainability focus, strong 3D visualization, and they have awards. Weaknesses, renovation work is secondary to new builds, so they may not emphasize on the addition and remodel niche that you mentioned. Marketing strategies, they leverage the attention with the awards they have. They use Instagram and House to showcase their projects. They have their website, they're active on social and design platform, and they're mentioned in awards and publications online. So the opportunity for you is to beat them in the addition and remodel specialization, emphasize local code and zoning proficiency. So I guess that's not something they're talking about. And then showcase your case studies and finish remodel to attract clients seeking updates and so on. So this is kind of what you're going to expect to see from all these results. So you get basically the response to what we asked for. Now, quick tip here is please present this in a table. So it's easier for you to read and you can export it from ChatGPT and put it up on a spreadsheet and you have it for the future and you can continue building on it, right?
Anita, we have a question. If you could show again the prompt you texted to get this, the initial prompt, but you're going to share the entire chat, right? Of
Yeah.
this exercise.
Well, I'm going to share this whole chat with Maria so she can use it for her strategy. But all the prompts here, I'll go back here for a second while it's thinking. There, let me show you. You will get all the prompts in the presentation. So this is what we're going to go through, and I should have went through this first. We're going to do competitor research is what we're doing right now. Then we're going to talk about the business goals. So I need you to think about your goals, Maria, and turn those into marketing priorities. Then we're going to dive into ICP, the ideal customer profile, the buyer's journey, your messaging pillars, recommendations for campaigns, and then your 90-day plan to put it into place in your business. So it sounds like a lot. And if you were going to do this not using ChatGPT, it will take you quite a while. It will, in my experience, this is like a couple of weeks where you're going to be brainstorming and working on this in your business. So we talked about the POP format. So this is the prompts that you are going to get. So the one we just put in place now, you are going to get one with placeholders. So just like we did for Maria, you will put your business information in there. So your business name and the type of business, what do you sell and do, describe your ideal customer, and then with the same information we asked for here. So this is what you will get as a takeaway. Okay. So let me go back and see what we got. All right, so we asked them to put in a table. Get back here. So here's the table. So this is going to be obviously much easier to read if you're going to take it away from the chat. You have your 3 competitors, the areas we asked about, and then you could just keep adding new competitors if you find other companies that you want to compare to, right? So that's the big benefit there. So now that we got that down, as I showed earlier, so then the next point we're going to do is taking your business goals and turning them into marketing priorities. So for you, Maria, say in the next quarter, the next year, whatever time period you want to look at, what are 3 business goals that you want to achieve?
Well, one of them was to do more commercial work, to do more the mixed use kind of building, like the apartment buildings. The city of Miami is really big now on mixed use. They want to do the retail on the bottom and then they want to do apartment buildings on the top. And I wanted to get more of those.
Potentially from the city?
Well, they're not city products. They're actually private sector people.
Okay.
But they're the city, the way the zoning code is written, that's what they're expecting.
Okay. So more mixed use buildings. And what else?
Um, I'd like to increase my cash flow by 20%. And I'd like to also get more government work.
Okay, so what I want to go back to here is let's put numbers to it. So when you say do more mixed use buildings, can you give me a percentage or number of buildings that you want to take on, say, in the next quarter?
Just one.
Okay, and government contracts? Can you put a
Um,
number on it?
It'd be nice if I had another, those are generally government contracts are pretty big, so one is fine.
Okay, so then we're going to ask, so those are the 3 goals. We're going to say, here's what we're trying to achieve. Now we're saying you're a senior marketing strategist. That's ChatGPT's role in this prompt, right? Here's our 3 goals. Based on the goals and the competitive research that we already did, what are 2 or 3 marketing priorities that you should focus on to meet these goals based on your business model in this market?
You're asking me, or that's what you're going to ask?
No, I'm asking ChatGPT. Yes, sorry. That's what the prompt says, basically. So let's see what we get. Priority 1, targeted relationship marketing for mixed use developers and government buyers. That makes sense to you?
Yes, but I don't know where they are.
Well, we'll get to that. So it's going to give us some high level tactics and we're going to keep narrow it down. So referral activation, reconnecting with past collaborators, outreach campaign. So building your own list of top developers that you want to work with, doing personalized outreach. Same with government agencies. Lunch and learns, coffee chat, creating a capability deck for the government and developers. Priority 2, ROI focused content marketing to attract those remodel and addition clients to boost your cash flow. So it's telling you which goal it's supporting with this. Priority 3, leverage your permitting advantage as a marketing differentiator.
What does
It,
that mean?
I don't know. Let's see. Miami's zoning is complex. Your firm's real estate and architecture licensure is a unique operational advantage and a messaging asset. So basically, it's saying you should promote the fact that you know how to deal with Miami permits and zoning. Do you think that's accurate?
Yes, actually, I do.
Do you talk about that?
I don't really talk about that much. I do a lot of blogging, and
Mm-hmm.
my blogging gets me clients. I know for a fact I get calls all the time, people saying,
Good.
"I just read your blog on such and such." And I go, "Yes." So this one blog says, "Do you want to get your permit quickly in the city of Miami?" That's the name of the blog.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, I've done enough projects now in the city of Miami that I kind of know their system.
Yeah. So I think this came up because it found that in the one competitor we looked at, it found that that competitor was not talking about licensing and zoning and permits or anything, and found that as an opportunity for you to come in with a differentiator. That's what I'm seeing here. So if you think that makes sense, definitely something you should think about considering. And now, because we asked earlier, it took all that information, put it in its table already, so we don't have to ask for it again. So there we go. It turned your goals into priorities, your priorities being outreach and relationship marketing for your developers and government buyers for the mixed use properties, and then ROI focused content marketing for your remodel and addition clients for your cash flow boost. And then overall, talk about your differentiator with all your knowledge of Miami zoning and permitting and everything you know about that and how that makes you stand out. So there's your priorities. So our next step is, now that we have that, you gave a high level ideal customer profile. So let's go a little deeper and learn more about that customer profile. So now we're going to say, act as a customer research expert, United Architects. Okay, I'm going to take this from our chat above. This is so funny. As we're sitting here doing this, I'm getting text about people wanting to buy my house. Talk about timing here. Okay, so United Architects. We just copied and pasted what we had above, just a brief information about who you are and who your customer is. So now we're asking it, based on this information, create an ideal customer profile that includes demographics and psychographics, meaning all the facts and figures, as well as their mindsets and goals and aspirations. The goals and pain point related to architecture, their buying behaviors and objections, where do they spend time, online and offline, and what is some language that resonates with them?
You're going to send me all this afterwards? You're going to share
Yes.
that with me? Okay, great.
Yeah. I'm going to send you the link to this chat in ChatGPT, and you can take it from there and do whatever you want with it.
Okay.
So yeah, so you don't have to write notes or anything. You can just sit and take it in and give me input. So your ideal customer profile is the established investor owner. Age range, you said 50 to 75, predominantly male, income level 250 plus, household income, $1 million net assets. Occupation, business owner, retired executive, real estate investor, or high earning professional. Greater Miami area, obviously, we said that. Lifestyle values legacy, control, efficiency, and long-term ROI, and enjoys quality over trends. And the personality is decisive but cautious, prefers to work with professionals who knows the system, and expects high touch service. Does that sound right based on your experience?
Yes.
Yes. So the goals and the pain points. So the goals are increase property value through smart addition, create multi-general homes or vacation retreats, add income producing spaces, build mixed-use spaces to diversify investments, preserve or upgrade the primary residence that reflects lifestyle changes. So the pain points attached to that would be they're confused by or frustrated with the zoning and permitting processes, right? They don't want to waste time or money on designs that won't get approved, which I'm sure that happens. So that's where your expertise comes in. They're overwhelmed by finding trustworthy professionals to do this. And they burned in the past by contractors or architects who didn't deliver the ROI they thought they would. And they're concerned, of course, about timeline delays and hidden costs, which happens all the time as well, I would think, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, buying behaviors and objections, they prefer referrals from attorneys, contractors, or realtors. They would pay more for a service that saves them this time or headache. They want to see past work They want to see a clear plan, timeline, and budget. And they will make the decision quickly once you show that they can trust you. So some of their objections are that architects are overpriced and slow. Is this going to get approved by the city? Is it over the signing for the budget I have? I had bad experience in the past with delays and poor communication. I need ROI, not just pretty design. So does this resonate? Is that stuff you heard in the past?
Yes, not from my
No,
clients,
not from you necessarily, but in the
my
industry.
clients, but
Of course, not with you.
I've heard all kinds of horror stories of other people with other architects where, a design built architect who contracted for a kitchen, it took them a year to get it done. I mean, really, a year for a kitchen?
There you go.
Stuff like that is crazy.
That goes back to being burned in the past, right? So where are they going to be? They're going to be on YouTube. They're going to be on Facebook, LinkedIn, Realtor.com, Zillow, LoopNet. They're going to be in the real estate section of the papers and magazines. They're going to be offline. You're going to find them at private golf clubs, boating clubs, business associations, networking events, permitting offices, or architectural review boards, but that's indirectly. Real estate investment meetups, talks, HOA meetings, private developer gatherings, and places like that. Language that resonates with them, talking about the trust and expertise. We'll handle the zoning so you don't have to. You get the sign plus permitting all in one place. For value and ROI, design decisions that increase the resale value and architecture that pays for itself. I like that. Efficiency and simplicity. You go from sketch to permit in less time. No guesswork, just results. Control and legacy. Build a legacy property for your family. Design that adapts to your next chapter in life. Exclusivity. And that kind of works in any business. We only take on a few select clients each quarter, which is true because you only have so much time, right? Personalized design, no cookie cutter plans. So those are all statements that would resonate with the pain points and objections they have. So here's a quick summary of that. And again, if you want, you can put this in a table. So how do you feel about your ideal client? Does this all resonate? Sound like the right person?
Yeah, the hard part is getting to them,
We're going to
find
find that too. So now the next part is the buyer's journey. And just quickly, before we do that prompt, the buyer's journey is so important. We all use that every day in everything we do. I assume for an architect, the buyer's journey is going to be much longer. It's going to take some time for a buyer to consider what do they need, who do they need it from, who do they trust enough to finally get it from, and they have to go through that process in their mind. We use this unconsciously every day. An example I like to use is if you go to the grocery store, you're standing in the bread aisle, it's like, oh, I got to pick up a piece of bread. We don't have bread at the house. Oh, wait, there's oat bread, there's wheat bread, there's white bread. I don't know which one I should get. Let me get the oat one. Oh, wait, there's 3 different brands. Which brand have I heard of? Which one do I trust? Oh, let me get this brand. I heard of that one. And then we decide to choose it. All this happens within like 5 seconds, right? And we just grab it. But that conversation happens in our head without us even thinking about it. So that's your buyer's journey. And it's in our mind all the time. And we need to remember to address customers as they are going through that buyer's journey. So that's what this next prompt is. So act as an experienced marketing strategist based on the ICP for United Architects. Create a detailed buyer's journey through the following stages. And for those of you that are in our current cohort now, we had already had a little session on buyer's journey and went through the stages. We're talking about awareness, consideration, and intent. Intent being making the purchase decision. For each stage, what is the customer mindset and what is their emotional driver? What are triggers to get them to the next stage? What are their objections or concerns going through that? Where are you most likely to reach them in each stage? So that's what you were asking, Maria. How do I find them, right? And what are some recommended content or tactics to reach them there? All right, so we're starting with the awareness the stage, which is basically, well, they say something needs to change, but I'm not sure where to start. So in this case, it's probably more like, yeah, we know we need to do something, but I'm not sure who or what really needs to be done. So the mindset could be my property feels outdated. I want to do something with that extra lot or unit that I have, or I'm looking at options to increase my investment or home value. So at that point, they may be a little frustrated with the inefficiency of what they have. They're curious about potential value that they could get, and they want the control and the future legacy. That's what they desire. So their trigger could be they just see a neighbor or a friend. They're in the middle of a remodel or building something. It could be real estate prices going up. It's like, oh, I want to take advantage of that. The market's good. I need to take advantage of it. Or they may feel that their property is aging, it's outdated, they need to be updated. Or maybe they're approaching retirement and they need that legacy planning. So some of their objections at this stage could be architecture sounds expensive. Permits are a nightmare. That comes to permits again. I don't know who to trust. So where do you reach them at this stage? Like at this stage, they're not ready to make decisions. They're just trying to find out like what is out there, what can solve my problem, right? So you can find them on YouTube, like real estate, architecture, and investment channels, Facebook, communities, and HOA groups, local real estate sections in newspaper and magazines, or a referral from realtors, attorneys, or friends. So potential content or tactics you could use at this point is what you just already said you're doing, a blog, an educational blog, like 3 signs it's time to remodel your home. YouTube video, what you can do with a mixed use lot in Miami. Facebook or Instagram add value without adding stress. Or partnership flyers with some of the realtors or some of the magazines and so on. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So then next stage is consideration. Now they won't know that they're ready to build and remodel. Now they need to find out who is going to work with them. And I'm not going to go through all of these because I want to make sure we have enough time. But you're going to go through the same thing. What is their mindset at that point? What's the emotional driver, the trigger, objections? Where can you reach them at that stage? Because you need to reach them with the right message in each stage. And then finally, stage 3, I want to move forward. I just need to be sure. That's when they're ready to make their decision. And you have to make sure you let them know that you are that decision. Right? And here we go. We put it in a nice handy little table for us all over again. So we have our goals, we have our customer, we know what journey our customer goes through. Now it's time to kind of narrow down and find out what is our primary messaging, what is our messaging pillar that we want to use in all our communication with this customer. Because we're starting to really paint a picture of who this is and the journey they go through, right? So at this point, ChatGPT is a brand messaging expert. And I can't spell architects. I should have picked an easier business, apparently. So United Architects ideal customer, I'm gonna just say here, as identified above, because we're in the same chat. Above. Based on the ICP and the buyer's journey, create 3 to 4 core messaging pillars. So that pillar should include your primary message theme, the customer pain point that you solve with that message, and then the emotional hook that draws them in that message, and sample phrases or positioning lines for you to use. This is always fun because this is very actionable. Like what you get is things you can put in place immediately. Use it in your blogs, use it in your social media, right? But again, important that it resonates with you and that it speaks to your brand. So look at it very critically and make sure it's you. So the first one, we navigate Miami's red tape so you don't have to. And also don't take it like 100% literal, like you have to say exactly that. It's the overall theme, right? So basically the theme here is that you have the expertise in local permitting, zoning, and building codes. So you're solving their pain point about the frustration of fear, about the complex, delayed, or denied permitting in Miami. So navigating everything that has to do with Miami permitting and zoning. The emotional hook for them is relief, reassurance that they are going to avoid expensive surprises or delays that's related to the permitting part of it. So some of the positioning lines you can use is we don't just design, we get it approved. Local codes, historic overlays, we got it handled. Avoid 6-month delays with our deep knowledge of Miami zoning. Pillar 2, designs that delivers ROI, not just curb appeal. So this is speaking to their having a need for getting the money worth for the value they put in, right? Pillar 3, from sketch to permit to done, all in one place. So this gives you a high-level overview of the type of messaging pillars are recommended, a legacy you can live in or profit from. So you can kind of see the theme happening here from the previous prompts, where it's tapping into those pain points and the objections that that customer had, right? What do you think, Maria? Any of those feel good for you?
No, I think that's a lot of things I can blog about, really.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So again, you get a little summary of the table here. Next one, and we're kind of starting to get into the gist of it now. We're going to talk about actual strategy recommendations. How are we going to get these people to achieve our goals that we set for this quarter? So now, act as a campaign strategist. Based on the goals, the ICP, the buyer's journey, messaging pillars, recommend 3 to 5 marketing strategies that we should be focusing on this quarter. For each strategy, give us a tactic or approach, why it fits this audience and goals, resources that I need to execute, and expected outcome or value. I will say for this one, I'll say while it's thinking, for this one especially, it's very important that you add your information because ChatGPT doesn't know what resources you have in place to execute it. It doesn't know what potential budget you have to execute. So if you fill in this prompt with those details, so you can say, these are the resources I have. What additional ones would I need? And you can say, I'm on a limited budget. What can I do that's not going to cost me money? Or I have $3,000 a month budget. What should I spend it on? You can be more specific and add those details. So right now we're just being very generic. So we're going to get what comes out of it, right? So focused marketing strategies. Warm referral campaign for development and government connector outreach. So that's what it briefly touched on earlier. So this is really, it says a budget for coffee meetings, thank you gifts, or light events. Not necessary, but it's really an outreach campaign. It's for you to sit down and create a list. These are the developers, these are the government connectors, these are the people that I want to work with. Let me put this list together and start reaching out to them, whether it's via phone, via email, maybe networking events that some of these people attend and you can meet them there. Or you can do this, you can hold these coffee meetings and send thank you gifts to their office, things like that. So it gives you expected outcome from that. 10 plus relationship meetings, and that's based on, well, it doesn't say. I think it said earlier you try to reach out to like 30 people. So 3 to 5 new project leads and 1 new proposal submitted. That's what it's estimating. Number 2, local SEO and remodel edition content push. So there goes your blog, which you already have in place. So continue developing your blog. Make sure it's targeted for SEO and optimized on your website and your Google business profile around specific keywords that ties into your messaging theme. So then your resources is going to be like writers, but you're doing that yourself. So again, doesn't have to cost you money unless you want to put the resources into it or have somebody that works on that for you. Expected outcome, higher visibility for those specific keywords, getting specific organic leads a month, and increased inbound traffic and leads. Number 3, strategic capability deck and targeted email outreach. So this is really creating a capabilities deck and send personalized emails to developers, housing agencies, city officials, anybody that's involved in like upcoming RFPs and projects that you know are being developed right now that you want to be a part of, right? And finally, showcase series using Instagram, email, and website to do before and after campaigns, from permit to profit mini campaigns. So really showing posts that show the project results and how you help the clients move from design to final efficient remodel. So this is actually a trend right now as well, where people want to see behind the scenes. They want to see what went on, what was, how did you get there? So whether that means you're doing posts showing you doing the actual work, the drawings, how it's, before and after picture, things like that is very popular right now. Fine. Number 5, which is the last one, do optimize your Google My Business. And ask people to give you reviews on Google My Business. So I don't know if you currently have a campaign or something in place to do that, but I recommend everybody put some kind of campaign in place to get reviews when they engage with you. Send them an email, say, hey, I hope you enjoyed our work together. Would you mind going here and giving us a review? And keep building on that, because that is definitely a place where people are going to go locally and look you up to see what people are saying about your work. So these are some very specific ideas and what it would take to execute. So again, you have it all in a table here. Now, the last prompt. Now you would look at those campaigns, right? And you would say, I don't think I need, let's say, and just say, I'm going to say, I don't need number 3. I'm not saying you don't need number 3, but for the sake of arguments, I'm going to say you don't need number 3. So for this next prompt, let's just say, act as a marketing operations expert, turn to selected strategies, except number 3. Because I will focus on that in another quarter. You can say that. You can have a conversation, say, oh yeah, I don't have time for this right now. Let me just do these 4, and we'll leave that one for later. So turn these strategies into a 90-day execution plan. Break each strategy down to monthly or weekly milestones, tactical steps, suggested owners. Again, this is assuming you have several resources you work with. If it's only you, or if you don't want to see this, just remove it. Key performance indicators, KPIs for each strategy, and how to simply track the success of each strategy we're implementing, right? I'm just going to think about that for a minute.
So meanwhile, it answers. I have been sharing the prompt step by step with you in the chat. So for those who wanted to do the exercise at the same time with you, we have been sharing the prompt with the step by step.
Yeah, so if anybody is doing that, if you got any great takeaways, feel free to chime in and share with us. Because apparently this is taking some thinking time right now, so.
Also, Maria, if you would please share your contact info in the chat. Terry Page looks like she have a lead for you. So we not only have ChatGPT to help us get leads, now also assisting to the master classes of BizHack, you can get leads. So Maria, whenever you can, please share your contact info. Thank
That's
you.
awesome. All right, it's taking too long right now. Might have to refresh it. We're working it too hard. Anybody have questions while we're waiting for it to kind of render the last prompt? If you do, feel free to just come off mute and ask questions in the meantime.
We have a question from Grant. Would you like to unmute Grant, or I can read the question also?
Sure, I can unmute because I spelled so poorly. But I would say within ChatGPT, besides the deep research projects, private GPTs, Sora, which does the video generation, is there any other application within ChatGPT maybe that's just came out that we're not aware of that we should be aware of during to do our work?
It is unlimited, Grant. Like really, I still learn new ways to. Whenever we do the cohort, I learn from the participants of the cohort. They come up with new ways that I hadn't even thought of yet.
So I see Codex. What is Codex?
You see that on my screen?
Yeah, under let's see what Sora
It's a
GPT.
coding application of it. So if you're a coder, we actually talked about this in one of our recent classes. We went through Canva and how Canva can do all the backend coding for you to create a calculator. And then some of the coders that were in the class like, oh, and I want to make sure that the coding is going to be correct. So I suggested, well, then take the code, all the backend code, and you put it into ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to proof your code to make sure there are no errors in it. So that's something you can use it for, right?
That's cool.
You know what? I have asked questions about how do you transfer luggage at JFK Airport. That's an example. I get design ideas for layouts for PDF. I have ChatGPT review a lot of my contracts, proposals, agreements with clients. Make sure I'm not missing anything, or if I get agreements and contracts, make sure I'm safe and I'm covered in what I'm signing. I use it for a lot of branding. Oh, one thing I use it for a lot, which has been such a huge help for me, because I have to constantly stay educated to be able to educate my clients. I have all these influencers and people that I follow to get inspiration from. And sometimes they have very long videos, like 45-minute long videos that I don't have time to watch, or they have a long articles and blog posts. I will put the link to the video or the link to the blog post into ChatGPT, and I will say, please review and summarize this article for me. Tell me, and how should I take action on this article, and what should I implement in my business? Tell me, what should I do right now? What should I think about and maybe tweak before I implement? And what should I just avoid and not do at all? And it creates a full action plan for me based on the information in the article or video. That is so helpful.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good for.
So it's just a few ideas.
And that came up, if you don't mind, just one other question came up. Somebody asked me this: how private are our conversations in ChatGPT? Are they private between, obviously us and chat, or is it more public? So if we put sensitive information in there, who else in open AI world is looking at this?
Well, for one thing, make sure you set your privacy in the settings. There's an option to check to make, like, it will ask you if you want to share your chats for to help educate the model, to use it for learnings. You want to make sure that's not checked, because that will share the chat or the information with other people. So that's the main thing you need to look for.
Where is that at? Is that in your, in your private setting?
Yeah, it's in your settings. It's in your settings here.
Okay.
Without going into too detail on that, but look for it in settings, and there's an option that says, do you want to let this model use your chats to help educate and train and improve the model? You want to say, no, you don't want to do that.
Got it.
Okay,
May
so
I
we
make
got
a suggestion?
Yeah.
So I attended a couple of AI classes, and what they were saying is that even though there is that option, like if you could avoid putting your name or your personal information in there, to avoid doing that because it's just safer. So I just wanted to throw that in that there's been differing opinions I keep getting on that all the time. So I just wanted to let people know so they have their own uh it depends how comfortable you are.
No, you're absolutely right, Gina. That's a great point because, I mean, yes, it depends on how private you need your information to be. If you have unique IP that nobody should know about, no, you should not put it in ChatGPT. Like if you are Pepsi and you're going to roll out a brand new flavor, you should not talk about that in ChatGPT, right? But so if it's very unique to you and you want to make sure nobody else profits from it, you should keep it to yourself or keep the information very generic. I absolutely agree. So back to our 90-day plan. Maria, here's your 90-day execution plan for these 4 campaigns. What you should be doing week 1 to 2, week 3 to 5, week 6 to 12, and specific for each strategy. What are your tactical steps? So this goes step by step. Who should be doing it if you have resources that can help you do it? What are your KPIs? So for this one, like how many emails did you send? How many meetings did you hold? How many actual quality leads did you get from that? And how should you be tracking it? What's your method of success for tracking?
I want
So,
to say something about the comment about the privacy issue.
mhm.
I didn't even know they had that setting, but I use chat. I don't use it a lot, but I do use it. And in fact, I call him my friend Chat. Okay. I gave him a name. He's my friend Chat.
Yes.
And one day I go to a potential client meeting and I asked her, how did you find me? She says, well, I asked ChatGPT to give me a list of 5 architects that I could speak to about my project. So I think if you're open with chat, it actually might bring you business.
You know what, there's a lot of research still happening. There's so many changes right now, and I'm not going to go deeply into this because that is not my area of expertise, but there are so many changes happening right now with AI and SEO. Right. SEO is no longer what it was because now AI is going to give you results. Like Gemini is going to give you the Google search results, right? So whether that's information that is pulled from the chats that you're having, I don't know. But the bottom line is that how you are now visible in search results has changed completely from what it was just last year. So that's a whole different session because we can go deep on that one. Um, but that's it. Those are your results. So there you have your campaigns. You have deep knowledge of your ICP. You know who your competitors are, what they're good at, what they're not good at, and you will get this whole chat to keep playing with Maria. So hopefully that was useful. Any thoughts? Anything that you take away from that?
I'm really going to study it. So please, I don't know, are you going to put it in the chat so that I can download the link, or are you going to send it to me, or what?
Um, Angie, do we have Maria's email? Or we can.
No, can you please share your email, Maria, please?
Okay, so I will send you an email right now and share it with you. So you will get the link to this specific chat in an email. So we're gonna do a quick recap and takeaway. I'm gonna go back to my presentation. Sorry, I keep changing screens there. So the bottom line, before you go out there and just spend so much time creating contents, which your content may be great, but you don't know if it's speaking to the right person if you don't do this strategy work first. So strategy, before content. And AI is there to help you be more clear, be more focused, move faster, but not be you. It's an extension of you. It's an assistant for you and is there to help you, but it's not you. It's not about automation, it's about amplification. So it's there to improve what you do and make it better. So what you learned today is why you should have a marketing strategy, how AI can simplify and make your strategy better, 7 key elements of the marketing strategy to make it work, which are the 7 steps we went through, how to turn your insights into a 90-day plan with real metrics. So that's kind of like when we went over the business goals for Maria. That's the questions you need to ask. What numbers can I put on this? Not, oh, I want to increase this. Okay, what does that mean? How are you going to increase it? By what number? By how many? What percentage? Put actual numbers to everything you do, because otherwise, how can you measure it and see if you achieved it or not, right? And then you got a bunch of prompts that you can use for any business. If you work with clients, you can use it for your clients and help them build their strategy as well. Thank you, gifts. So I'm giving you, and there's a link in here. I'm going to give you a quick template. This is so super simple. It's a Google Sheet where you can take all the information that we just created and dump it into a spreadsheet. And there's your strategy in a spreadsheet. So there's 4 tabs with instructions, with 3 more tabs with different steps where you can log your competitor research, your ICP, all that information, your full 90-day execution plan, and just have one place to keep it all and come back to and reuse again and again. So feel free to grab that. And then, Angie, do you want to talk about the prompt guide?
Yes, we also have a second thank you gift that Jose is sharing right now in the chat, and this is a AI prompt guide with specific prompts to help small business owners or different professionals in the marketing field or area with prompts to help you boost your marketing efforts. So we really hope that these 2 thank you gifts really help you to enhance your marketing efforts and your marketing or business different goals. So there you go. You have in the chat both links to both thank you gifts.
Then I'm gonna stop sharing, and I don't know if anybody has any questions for me before I hand it back to Angie to wrap up. Feel free to just unmute and any questions you have, or put them in chat as well.
Let's see if we have any additional questions in the chat. And meanwhile, we get more questions. Anita, I just want to thank you for your generosity. This have been so valuable, and how it can help us really be more efficient, more effective with our different marketing efforts. And thank you for sharing all of this strategic information that it's so, this is, as you were saying, we're heading up to a new way of being found right now on the internet, and now it's also through these AI capabilities where we have to be very structured. We have so much information available and to use. So thank you so much for sharing all of this information, Anita.
No problem. And I know it's a lot, especially if you're kind of new to AI. It's a lot of information just thrown at you. So make sure you go back and rewatch and work alongside it and do it step by step for your own business. And as you keep looking at it, it's gonna become clear and just really help you take your business to the next level.
Absolutely, and you will receive an email with the recap of the masterclass where you can go through, practice, use the prompts, and take advantage of all of these strategies for your business. So Anita is going to be around in the chat couple of minutes more. So if you have more questions, please interact with her in the chat. Our last poll for today So Jose just launched our last poll for today. So if you could please share your insights in the poll. And also your aha moments. If anyone would like to unmute and share what have been their aha moment from today, or something that an insight that you're gonna use today, starting today for your business, you're more than welcome to unmute, or also share in the chat your most important aha moment from the masterclass. Meanwhile, you guys share your aha moments. We have another masterclass coming up. This is on August 27th. How now nonprofits can use AI to save time, fundraise more, and deepen impact. I think I saw Anna Mantica in the main room. So Anna, if you're around, maybe you could share a little hi to the group and invite them to the masterclass.
Hi.
Hey, Anna.
Hey, did you want me to come back on? I'm sorry. I just heard you say my name and I had just stepped out.
No, happy to have you around, and maybe
Yeah,
just share very briefly what we can expect of the master class coming up.
sure. We'll just be sharing some tips and tricks to save time, raise more dollars, deepen impact, and use AI to the max, especially for nonprofit communications teams like mine that are teams of 1.5. AI can be used as a partner, like Anita said, to help you brainstorm, write, create content, all the things that we need to do in our marketing and communications shops. So hope to see you there.
Thank you, Anita. Very excited for what is coming up. Guys, as I was saying, if you want to share, if you have questions for Anita, we're going to be here a couple of minutes more. If not, thank you for being part of the masterclass from today. And also hope to see you in the following masterclass that is coming up. And thank you so much for your attention and showing up. For those who have questions, please stay around. Anita's going to be a couple of minutes more here with you guys. Those prompts were so powerful, Anita. Really amazing prompts.
Thank you. Yeah, they're definitely useful. And it's, as you teach in the cohort, it's all about the information you provide. And
You're mute, Anita.
Am I muted?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me. Okay.
Yes, perfect. With my AirPods disconnected. Thank you also, Maria, for being part of the exercise.
Yes,
A great volunteer. She was the first one to volunteer, so that was more than fair. First come, first serve.
Yes, I already sent you the link, Maria. So hopefully you get a lot of value from it and something you can build on to grow your business.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Anita, I have a quick question, if it's okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, thank you. So I can see you where you can see me. Sorry for that. I was wondering, I was trying to use AI in order to formate like lead generation kind of situations. I'm not really good with AI. I'm just till now starting to learn how powerful it is. Do you have any suggestions maybe for me to help me with that?
I think you can actually use some of the prompts we used in today's session.
Uh-huh. I saw that, but I didn't know if maybe something a little extra or
I think the key is going to be, again, clarify like what your goals are, like what do you want to achieve? You
Okay.
have to be clear on what you want your outcome to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would use ChatGPT again as a brainstorming tool, coming up
Okay.
with ideas. Like first coming up with ideas for what campaigns can you run to get more leads? What are some lead generation tactics that you can use that fit your business? Make sure you provide as much context and information about your business.
Okay.
And make sure you have, and I'm going to keep repeating this, make sure you know your
Mm-hmm.
ideal customer, right? Because if
Right.
you're speaking to, then you're not going to get lead generation, right? You have to know who you're speaking to, how to speak to them, and where to speak to them,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So you can definitely reuse some of the prompts that we had today in terms of diving into your ideal customer profile, the buyer's journey, and finding those pain points and objections. And I would say one of the things that I really liked for Maria's business today, which it sounded, and I don't know if she dropped already, but it sounded like she hadn't really thought about, but ChatGPT immediately identified a gap for her in positioning herself as really knowing the Miami zoning and permit space. That is
Mm-hmm.
complex because of the coastline, because of historical places, um, and that she could position herself in that space because it seemed like that was a spot that no other architectural firms
Yeah,
were
hadn't
taking
gone to.
advantage
Yeah.
of. So finding those gaps is so important.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for your time. And this was a great class. I learned a lot. Thank you.
I'm glad.
Cindy, I will add also, you can sign up for the AI Marketing Accelerator. We have one coming up in fall, and that would
Okay.
be a great experience also for you to, master even more AI for your business and lead generation. So, Jose, if you could please share the link in case, Cindy, you can go through if
100%.
first come, first serve. So just in case you're not, we don't have enough seats for the fall, we will have another one coming up. So definitely that's a great way also to learn more about AI for lead generation.
Thank you very, very much. Yes, absolutely. I'm interested. Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Gina.
We had a question from Paula. Do you need the app to download the Gift Google Sheets app?
Yeah, you should be able to just click on the link and it should open in a browser.
Perfect. So I think we're in time. We didn't have any more questions, but thank you guys for everyone. And the masterclass is officially over. And thank you again, Anita, for your time and generosity. So see you around, guys, for the next
Thank you
masterclass.
again.